Find yourself in the here and now. In your body, safe in your body, in fact, reality, and presence. Invite, call forth your higher mind, also known as the space of the heart. Call your soul and your spirit into your body. Call deep reserves of emotional and spiritual capacity forward. And for the next 2 minutes, a double-lengthed exhale, 3 or 4 count in, 6 to 8 count out. Use the counting of the breath to stabilize your mind. And use the long exhale as a way of falling down your exhale deep into your navel, grounded in your emotional body. Mind follows breath. Deep exhale pulls you past superficial, logistical mind, deep into the ability to observe your mind. Get still. The next time you take a long exhale, the inhale that follows and each breath thereafter will be totally natural. From this point on, you will not regulate your breath, you will let yourself be breathed. Stay anchored and grounded in your pelvis and your grounding cord, yet bring attention back into the center of the chest. So you don't uproot yourself, you just place attention in the center of your chest. Look at the darkness behind your eyelids and engage your peripheral vision. And see and imagine in your mind's eye this screen of darkness. Imagine or visualize you as a child at any age that first comes to mind. There's no wrong answer. You as a child at any age. Take note of what you're wearing. Take note of the time of life you're in. Take note of your state. And silently create this layer of communication of your current self to your inner child. It says, for anything I have said or done that does not honor your innocence, I release and forgive myself from that completely. For anything I have said or done that does not acknowledge my innocence. For for anything I've said or done to not protect this space, my inner child. I release and forgive myself completely. As we work and you integrate that inner child, I may move on, but you may choose to stay. If you're working with somebody very strong, you may choose to stay. Allow your inner child to be integrated. And bring forth into your mind's eye someone who, whether it was conscious or unconscious, they did not treat your heart, your mind, or your body as sacred. Bring someone to your mind's eye who did not treat you as the being that you are. First one that comes to mind is fine. Stay in your body. Feel the dominant sensation or the winds of sensation that arise when you bring them into your field of vision. For anything that they have said or done, consciously or unconsciously, that did not treat you as the sacred heart that you are, I choose to now release and forgive you completely. I no longer choose to identify with this or continue this. I release myself from this completely. For the ways I created an identity or a story or closed down because of your actions, I forgive myself completely and release myself from this story now. Simply because I choose to. For the ways consciously or unconsciously you did not know who I am or what I needed, I forgive and release you, for you did not know. You could not see. I forgive and release you completely. If you choose to stay with this person, you can continue my words as we go or see them dissolve from your field of vision. And bring forth the first person that comes to mind with whom you did not treat in an honorable way. You did not honor their heart or their body. In your thoughts, your actions, or your words. First one that comes to mind is right. For any way I've harmed you consciously or unconsciously, I forgive myself. The ways I did not see who you are, understand your depth of being, I forgive myself for that forgetful behavior. And I release us both from this story. I do not ask your forgiveness, for it is not your job to make me feel better, but I let myself off the hook for not maintaining perfection. I let myself off the hook for not seeing clearly, for not knowing the inner child in you and the inner master in you with which I hurt. I forgive myself for not maintaining difficult standards of perfection. And I release us both from this story at will. You may choose to stay with the person you're on, or come with me and bring forth an image of your current self in this here and now, sitting with you and before you. Your inner child is still alive, your inner master very present. The river of your blood, the earth of your bones, your eternal spirit and soul sitting before you, a little glimpse into the memory of how full, how dynamic you are. Go first to your body, this plot of earth called your body. Consciously and unconsciously, for the ways I do not honor you, the ways I harm you, starve you, hurt you, push you, don't listen to you, for the ways I overindulge or addict or give myself to places that are not safe. I forgive myself and I ask for forgiveness from my body completely. I forget the earth that is this body. Go to your mind, your immaculate, genius, remarkable mind sitting before you. Consciously and unconsciously, for the ways I forget, the ways I allow my mind to fall, the stories I let myself tell that have nothing to do with truth, and the places where I do not let myself grow and become. I forgive myself completely. I ask for my own forgiveness completely. I give up the hope of maintaining perfection, and I allow myself to learn, become innocent. To your own heart, sitting before you in this here and now, the innocent heart of your inner child, the awake heart of your master, the emotional heart of you in relationship. Consciously and unconsciously, the thoughts and the words I've done to not honor you, to put you in unsafe hands, to sell you to the lowest bidder, to not listen when you've asked for things to be different, to overcrowd you with too much mind, to push myself out of the heart and push other people out of the heart for these actions. I ask for and I offer myself so much forgiveness. I don't remember all the time. For the ways I've caged you, pushed life out of you, let life harden you, I forgive myself and ask for the forgiveness of my heart completely. I no longer need to hold perfection. I just need to get to experience anew. Now sitting with self, you're welcome to call in inner child or that other person you hurt or the person that hurt you, or you can continue to work with self. If you're having a hard time with other people, figures of people, then you can bring them to your mind's eye or your heart's eye. But for the next probably 3 to 5 minutes, I'm going to be quiet. And you're going to create an internal dialogue or an internal composition of energy that's similar to what we did, giving up hope the past would have been different, acknowledging the story is over, acknowledging that we forget who it is we hurt when we hurt. And work in a really heartfelt, clear way to release burden. I'll come get you in a little bit. Stay in your body. End the cycle. Whoever you're working with, either integrate into yourself or dissolve from your mind's eye. And feel your body. This may not meet you where you are at your current stage of healing or release, but a prayer I often give myself to is praying such gratitude to source energy for the people I've hurt and the people who have hurt me. So much of my life has been shaped, so much of my resilience and courage and teachings and practice and presence and devotion and faith has come from those places. Do not wish for it for self or others. but I acknowledge it happens, and I acknowledge I can do something with what happens. I acknowledge healing and release is possible. So take a moment and find just a tiny crack in the door or a door blown wide open in that space of your own life. And then think of the person that first comes to mind. It can be self or other or a pet that instantly floods and fills you with the most effortless, everless love. They are so easy to love. Whomever it is, hold them in your mind's eye until just this tender place that forgiveness often opens up has like the salve of that effortless good love, the one you don't have to work for. And then get the nature of the mind. All you did was imagine someone, and it flooded you with a chemistry. Watch how powerful the thinking and believing mind is to create your emotional state. It's never about another. To the degree that you can, flood your body and your mind and your heart and your spirit with an unconditional love. You figure out how.